Wow. That was a beautiful pronunciation right there.
Getting better. I'm
Shit.
taking my classes. What's that language class? Rolling Stone? What's it called? I don't
Rolling
know.
Stone? The one
Yeah,
that's
there's like a Rosetta Stone. Rosetta
Rosetta
Stone.
Stone. Rolling Stones is a band, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy JP. And in today's episode, we will be breaking down every single fight for UFC Fight Night Imavov versus Borralho in France. I'm excited for this one. But before we dive into it, just want to give a quick shout out to you guys as our current subscribers, the current viewers, followers of the channel. We appreciate you guys as always. And if you are finding this video for the first time, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. You're in the right place for the best UFC picks in the world. Speaking of the best picks in the world, we are officially in the top 10 of actually being the best YouTube UFC predictors for the year 2025 thus far. We're going to keep it up and we're going for the number one spot. But with that, JP, 2 weekends ago now, stayed up all night, watched a UFC card that was in China. It was a terrible experience, a decent card and a decent record. What were some of your takeaways from that card?
um, some of my takeaways. Number one, we're not as young as we used to be. Pulling all-nighters is trash. Okay. Horrible experience. It's so hard now. It used to be like easy, slam a couple dudes, stay up all night, have a good time. Now it's just terrible. Worst thing ever. And then all that just to realize that Zhang Mingyang has no idea how to check leg kicks, how to get out of the way of leg kicks, or even place his own. So that was great. Love that. Yeah, other than that, it was an okay card. Aljamain Sterling showing out, and then I guess he me and Brev were watching it. We were freaking out because he was fading bad in like the fourth, fifth round. Why it was 5 rounds blows my mind. That's dumb. But I guess he hurt his elbow or something, dude, and that's why he couldn't throw his right hand or his left hand or something. But Mark Goddard, 2 weeks in a row, and Brevin, I'll get to it. I saw something on film that Mark Goddard did with one of the fights or one of the fighters that's on this card. This dude's trash. Okay, get this guy out. Mark Goddard's terrible. You got to engage. Or was it Herb's? Was it Herb's fight? Was it not even Mark? I don't remember who it was.
I can't remember. They were all terrible that night. I think everyone was fading from the time difference in China, the crowd chanting random things, the freaking translator who was
Oh,
terrible at her
God.
job. Let's not forget about that. Yeah, it was horrendous. We had yeah, we had guys from America trying to speak Chinese and the translator not realizing that you still have to translate because we don't
He's speaking
understand
Chinese.
anything in Chinese. Yeah, that was interesting. All right. All right.
Man.
Let's move on. It was terrible. The whole experience was rough. Don't do it, ladies and gentlemen. Get your sleep.
Hey, 9-3 though.
Yep, yeah. 9-3. 9-3. And you said Ming Yang wasn't able to throw his own leg kicks and check. He was a kickboxer. I mean, what is this guy doing? That's all he's done his entire life. Interesting.
Can't cut off the
Sequence of
cage.
fights there.
Oh God. Let's move on. It's pissing me off again.
All right, let's dive into this card. Out in France, it's going to be an early one here in the United States for those that want to tune in, starting with John Bannon taking on Sam Hughes.
All right, man. Out in France. What is it, like a 9 a.m. start time for us?
Yep.
Yes, it is. Hell yeah. Early fights. Week off. Now we're back. Sick card in France. Okay. Sick little card. And then football's back the next day. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so back. It's unreal. Okay. Best time of the year. I'm freaking hyped. With that being said, low level MMA to start the night. Okay. Or to start the morning. Sean Bannon sucks. Sam Hughes, you guys have heard us say a million times on this show. Mid Hughes herself, the Sam page. Okay. Shauna Bannon got a win in her last fight against Pooja. Was that who? Pooja Tomar. Yeah. Um, I mean, just an atrocious fight. Both of them suck. Pooja drops her. Shauna puts her in a armbar. Pooja gets out of it and then puts herself right back into it. Okay, sure. I'm taking Sam Hughes. I'm not taking Shauna Bannon. I think she sucks. I think Sam's tough enough, can out grapple her. Shauna's just got that little side stance and that kick that she throws up high. No power. Give me Sam Hughes.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you guys are new to the channel, we're still doing our same thing where we're going to pick the same fighter. We've discussed each fight, we've argued about each fight, and we've settled on a winner for you guys. It's been working well. So until it stops working well, we won't change it, which makes us one of the best in the world. So I also will be taking Sam Hughes, and like JP said, Shauna Bannon, she has a nice front kick, side kick, kind of like a hopping karate style. It's very unique, but I do think Sam Hughes has got the ability to take her down, control her, wrestle her, and it's probably got the better hands. So I think if she just kind of figures out that front side kick to begin the fight, she should be able to control distance, control how the fight goes. Give us Sam Hughes to start the morning.
I'm so excited that it's at 9 a.m., dude. I mean, this is the best time of year. Wake up Saturday, 9 a.m. Football, UFC, football later in the day, go to bed, wake up the next morning, football. Oh, Jesus Christ, we're so back. All right, next one. Return of one of our favorite guys to talk about, Renat the Rat, taking on Andreas Bane Gustafson.
Yeah, Rena, as you guys know, if you've seen any of his fights, he kind of squeaks by. The dude is 5-0 in the UFC with one draw, never lost. But there's many fights that a lot of people believe he has lost, and he probably should have lost. He kind of lucked out. Now he's taken on Andreas Gustafsson, who really showed out in his first UFC appearance, um, defeating Chaos Williams. Now he was a pretty big underdog. A lot of people out there were on Chaos, not JP and I. We've known about this guy, Andreas Gustafsson, for quite some time. He's going to press forward. He's going to look to wrestle you. He's going to look to press you up against the cage, land some big elbows, wear on you, basically melt your willingness to fight away. You're not going to want to fight, let alone live after this guy's done with you. And I think that's exactly what's going to get to Renat. Renat has known to tire out, to get a little gassed, and then really his wrestling and his offensive abilities kind of go out the window and he gets really defensive. Now, what's helped him in the past is he's a decent fast starter. He'll kind of get a few takedowns early and get out on the judges' scorecards and find a little sneaky victory on the judges' scorecards. That's not going to be the case in this one. Gustafson's a really good wrestler in his own right. I think he's going to be just fine when Renat tries to put the pressure on him. And then Gustafsson will bring the fight to Renat, which is not a great outcome for him. Give us Andreas Gustafsson.
Yeah. First things first, before I forget, Bannon and Hughes fight. If you're betting on that, it's college football. Use your money in other places. Okay, the waste of money. This one, obviously we're taking Bane. He should switch. I mean, even though the nickname's badass, he should switch with Gustaffson, Alexander Gustaffson from the Mauler, and this guy should be called the Mauler. Like Brevin said, he's in your face, dude. 24/7. Dude's got a chin. Go watch his other fights in these other promotions. So much blood coming from him, coming from the other guy. And yeah, Renat's a rat, man. He really is. He escapes Abu Dhabi with these robbery decisions. Carlos Leal lost that fight. Clear as day lost that fight. Nicholas Dalby, some say that should have been a draw too, if anything. And then he drew the fight before. Brevin, am I smoking crack to throw some money on a draw for this fight, dude?
No, I mean, I wouldn't. I think Gustafson's going to be just fine. There's no way that Renat does enough to warrant a draw, let alone a victory.
Yeah, I mean, in his face 24/7. Yeah. Give us Bane, dude. He's nasty. He's a problem.
He definitely is. Moving up, we've got the vet, the old man, Brad Tavares, taking on Robert Bryczek.
Wow. That was a beautiful pronunciation right there.
Getting better.
Shit.
I'm taking my classes. What's that language class? Rolling Stone? What's it called? I don't know.
Rolling Stone. The one
Yeah,
that's
there's like a Rosetta Stone. Rosetta
Rosetta
Stone.
Rolling Stones is a band, bro.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Or
I'm taking
something.
Rosetta Stone, man. They got me in here speaking Russian, Chinese. I'm doing it all. I'm really
That's
doing all. Polish. Yeah, I think Bryczek's from Poland, so I'm really taking all the classes.
and Rolling a Stone. That was fucking good, man. Yeah, I also forgot to mention. I mean, this card. Brevin's gonna love this card. Okay, not as it only the card after the break. There's a lot of tall, long fighters on this card. Okay, right down his alley. All right.
Oh yeah.
Robert, good old Robert. Okay, dude's got 11 wins by KO and only one loss. Kind of a KO machine, right? But look at the guys that he's fighting. Cheeks, and more Cheeks. The guys who aren't Cheeks beat him. He's like, what, 35? Yeah, he's 35 years old. His one loss in the UFC is from Ihor Potieria, who's not even in the UFC anymore. I mean, in that fight, there was what? There was an eye poke, and then there was a cup kick or some shit. Another eye poke later in the fight.
Yeah.
We just watched Brad take on Jared Mearshart, where we told everybody, Brad's got great takedown defense, and Gerald was trying his absolute best. Brad fought phenomenally in that fight. Brad's got all the UFC experience. Granted, he does get knocked out. I guess one could say he's chinny, but at the same time, he's not really. These are just perfect shots landing on the button. So if you're on Robert, I'd say it's round 1 KO or nothing. But we're taking Brad. I mean, the UFC experience. This other guy's 35, hasn't done anything. I think Brad's fought a lot better comp. Give us Brad Tavares.
Yeah, 1000%. I mean, this guy is a chiseled vet. He's fought the who's who in the division. Um, and all of his losses are pretty good losses. So when you look at Brad Tavares' record, sure, he's got quite a few losses. He's 37 years old, but he also has a lot of wins and he has a lot of octagon experience. And he's been in the UFC for quite some time. He knows how to stuff takedowns. He's got good boxing. He'll work you. He's got good cardio. He could probably get to the scorecards if need be, but I think he outclasses Bryczek as well. Um, yeah, I think this is just a good matchup for him. I like this one a lot better than the Mearshart matchup and all of his other matchups. I just think it's kind of just him over here. Let me get it on the camera, and then the competition down here. For Brad. So great fight matchup for him.
100%. All right. Next one. Very excited for this one. This one is a good one. Sam Patterson returns, going up against Trey Waters.
Yeah, we got the future taking on the truth. The truth about this fight is both these guys are super tall for the division, all right? And they're also super long, which gets me excited. Trey Waters hasn't fought much in the UFC. The dude is 2-0. I mean, he's pretty fresh, all right? Last fight against Billy Ray Goff. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know how we feel about Billy Ray Goff. He's now lost 2 fights in a row. Talented kid, but good win for Trey Waters, I guess. He's also going to be taking on a guy in Sam Patterson who's very tall in his own right, and that's really not something that he's used to. And Sam Patterson, he's fought the better competition in the UFC. He's on a 3-fight win streak. He's got great jiu-jitsu, great submission ability. And then he showed you in his last time out, he's also got some power in his hands. And I think really when you combine the two of those with the length, with the speed, with the size, that makes for a very dangerous fighter in Sam Patterson. And that is why we are taking Sam Patterson, the future, to win in the present on Saturday against Trey Waters.
Yeah. I mean, his last fight against Borralho, we were on Borralho, but that was probably Barlow's worst fight he's ever had. And
1000%.
easily, and Sam showed us like that's what we were worried about was the hands and the power in the hands. Because Sam's gotten clipped before, but we knew he was better on the ground. Sam went out there and showed everybody. I mean, he's got combos, he's got power, he's got accuracy. This kid's really putting it all together. We liked both guys. Trey's I think Sam has fought other people who are similar size to him. Danny, I think, is like 6 foot, but Trey's hands are down a lot, and he likes a one-shot snipes, and he doesn't ever bring his hands back or up or anything. And I think he gets bailed out a lot by being tall. When these shorter guys try and take you down, like Billy Ray Goff, who's 5'10", trying to take down a 6'5" guy, it's tough, right? Because they're long ass legs, they're long arms, they can post on you and stuff. So it is tough. I think Sam, it'll be a little bit easy for him, and Trey's gonna have a much tougher fight than any other fight he's had. But yeah, we like Sam. Give us Patterson.
Yeah, 1000%. Sorry about that if you caught it. Spilled a little bit of Diet Coke in the beard, but that's why we got the beer to kind of catch some of these things when I'm making a mess.
Is that something Rosetta Stone's been teaching you?
Yeah, I know how to say that in Portuguese also. All right. Moving up this card, we have Axel Sola taking on Mckee.
Hey, good fight. Good fight. A little prospect here. Okay, prospect from France. We'll get there when we talk about Gomis. But France, like Abu Dhabi, they've had a little skeptical ones, some controversial ones. But this Axel kid, he's decent. He's very decent everywhere. On the feet, he's got this light bouncing style. He keeps his hands up. And he's a decent grappler, right? He's got cardio. He does get a little bit wild in his one draw against Delija Imavov. I don't know if it's Imavov's Nasruddin's brother or if he's related or not. But that Imavov guy, they went to a draw. I personally think he lost that fight. I think Imavov should have won that, watching that back. If I watched it live, who knows? But Axel, at times when he gets tired, he'll kind of shoot these shots that we see all the time from people when they get gases. They're too far away. They're just putting their head down and shooting their arms out, and they're basically face planting on the floor. And it's not hard to sprawl or just stuff the head and stuff like that. Mckee's a weird one, right? Mckee's a taller guy, a lengthier guy. But he's had some weird fights where on the feet, he's decent. He can kickbox, right? Him and Cheaty went to a split decision. I think Cheaty had a little bit of a field day with the leg kicks. I think that has been Reese's weakness a little bit. Axel will probably try and throw him. But I think Reese is going to have more power. He showed us that he's tough as shit, and he can put you away with the Daniel Frunza win that he just had. Brevin, I don't remember if we were split on that fight or if we chose Frunza, or I don't remember.
I definitely chose Frunza. There was a lot of hype around Frunza knocking Mckee out, and Mckee kind of proved us wrong and shoved it right back in our face.
Yeah, and I mean, the Angelusa fight, now it looks bad. But Angelus is this little fucking stocky tank that hard as shit to take down and stuff like that. So we're going to go Mckee dog money, man. Okay, this Axel kid, I mean, he could come out, look disgusting. He's 27. He's the same age as me and Brevin right now. Could come out, grapple fuck him. Reese is tall. He can grapple a little bit on the fence. He's got decent takedown defense. On the feet, 10-0. We've seen the year of somebody's O's got to go. We're taking Mckee dog money.
Yeah, and I think, JP, Mckee has kind of had an interesting story, and we can dive into that a little bit here. Comes into the UFC as this very highly touted prospect. Like, he has a ton of hype around him. From Northern Ireland, he's got a cool personality. People really gravitate towards that. First fight in the UFC, none other than Khamzat Chimaev. All right, that's a tough debut. Gets ragdolled, lost, ground and pound. Then he's fighting a younger Alex Morono, ends up losing that fight. All right, boom, you're done, Sonny. They're out of the UFC. So the dude leaves the UFC. Then he gets a chance to come back, takes on Angelusa a few years later, loses, and then gets a fight against Cheaty a year after that, loses again. There was a lot of talk about Mckee being one of the worst fighters on the UFC roster. I mean, leading into his last fight, dude was 0-4 in the UFC. He was never going to get over that hurdle. He was never going to, come meet his potential and have his hype kind of ever come to fruition. And so for him, it was like, I think an eye opener. Like, hey, I can do this. I can win inside the UFC. And I think he's going to carry that momentum going into this fight. He's very skilled. I know he switched camps. He took plenty of time off. He's rejuvenated. He's worked on a lot of skills. I think we could see a resurgence from Mckee. who is very big for this division, and he's very, very skilled. He's just never been able to put it all together besides his last fight. And if he can build off of it on Saturday, JP, I think we see Mckee start surging through the ranks inside of this division.
100%, dude. And I mean, one thing, first of all, nobody's finished him, I believe, since Hamzat. Which, like, okay, you gonna sue the dude because Hamzat finished him? Like, come on, bro. But yeah, every other loss he's had has just been decisions, right? And the Cheaty fight was close. It was a split decision, right? And Cheaty's good. We like Cheaty. This Axel kid, this will be his third fight in 2025.
Wow.
So he is very active, but at the same time, when you're active that much, it's tough, man. It is tough. The dudes who can do it, it's a very tough thing to get done. But dog money. All right.
Dog money.
Moving up. The fat boys. The big boys. Marcin Tybura takes on a newcomer. What is this? Ante Delija?
I don't think they call this dude Ant because he stands at 6 feet 5 inches tall. He's a massive individual, and JP was calling them fat boys. But interestingly enough, both of these guys are in pretty good shape for being heavyweights. I mean, both of them, 6'3", 6'5", not going to come in at the heavyweight limit of 265. Ante Delija is 244. Tybura is going to be 250. I mean, they're very stout big men. Not necessarily so fat, and I think that's going to cause a really good matchup between the two of them. Tybura, he's got good grappling. He's been in the UFC for quite some time. He is nearing the age of 40, but not quite yet. You guys know how we feel about 40-year-olds, but we don't talk too much crap about 39-year-olds. I'm just saying. And then Ante Delija, he's going to be looking to wrestle. He's got a nice win over Renan Ferreira in the PFL. You know, that looks good, but now you're making your UFC debut. Can you back it up against a guy that has good jiu-jitsu and can sweep you if you are able to get him on his back? I do believe Marcin Tybura is going to be a little bit too much for Delija making his UFC debut, especially on the feet. And then if it goes down to the ground, I think Tybura has enough answers to Delija's pressure wrestling to be safe or be offensive as well. Give us Marcin Tybura.
Yeah, I feel like this guy's very similar to Mick Parkin, which is who Tybura just fought. Right, this guy maybe might have a little bit better offensive wrestling. But Ante, you watch his film, when he can dominate and body these guys, essentially be more physically strong, and he can kind of ragdoll them and have his way, he looks like a monster. And then the moment he has somebody who butts heads with him and makes it much harder to just ragdoll him, like Marcin can do, he's got good wrestling. Like Brevin said, great sweeps from the bottom. It's tough. And in one fight, he just quit. Right? Something happened to him, whatever. He just quit. And Marcin, if you're on your back, Marcin knows all these little tricks. We say these things all the time, these crafty vets. When you've stuck around in the UFC this long, you know a couple of things that these guys haven't seen before. So, yeah, give us a Tybura.
Yeah, the other thing too, a little quick fun fact, Delija will have Mirko Cro Cop in his corner, which is, you know, a little bit of a throwback there to the good old days of Mirko and his checkered shorts. Loved watching him fight. Now he's going to be cornering this heavyweight fighter. We'll see if that pays dividends or if Tybura can hold his own on Saturday.
He's going to have a Cro Cop in his corner and a third nipple on his chest.
That's right. All right, moving up. We have Umar Sy taking on Renson Ribeiro.
All right. Look, everybody knows. Okay, I did take Umar Sy in his last fight. Okay, I locked him actually because I said Alonzo Menifield, bit of a dummy. Okay, bit of a dummy, just a tough guy. Umar Sy fought like shit. For one, for two. I think if we get a new set of 3 judges, I think that fight goes to Sy. You say, oh, JP, what are you talking about, bro? There's been several fights since then that went the exact same way that this fight went, and they give it to the other guy, right? Umar Sy grappling, takes him down, he pops back up. Menifield maybe lands a bigger shot. Nothing crazy was landed in this fight, and they gave it to Menifield. And there's been other fights since then where they give it to the grappler when nothing happens. Very inconsistent. Shit happens all the time. I think Sy still could have won this fight. Granted, he fought like shit. He's big. He should be way faster. And he should just be able to commit to these takedowns and get them more. He gets to a spot where he should be able to grab people and take them down. But Menafield, I want to say it was strength and stuff, but even then, like, Sai just did not look good. Going up against Branson Ribeiro, who Ribeiro's a weird one, man. He's this lanky guy that can strike. He's got power. He's got speed. His hands drop quite a bit, though. And he can grapple a little bit, right? I'm not going to say he's the best. I mean, obviously, he submitted Dair, poke myself in the eye, Nurgajai. That guy's a bum, and we've noticed that now. Azamat knocked him out. Shocker. Azamat's disgusting. Kyle Machado win. Split decision win. Who cares? And Kyle's not even in the UFC anymore, is he?
No, I don't believe so.
So, like, that doesn't matter. Magomed, is Gadzhi Usulov cut as well? Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then he lost to him. Ming Yang knocked him out. He has a win over Bruno Lopez, Kaio, and Dair. Those are his most three recent wins. We think Umar should win this. I'm not going to let my bias and my judgment going to get in the way. We do think Umar should win this. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to put money on Umar. Not going to put money on Brenson. Whatever. Give us Umar's side.
Yeah, interesting fight. I think Umar should get it done. I mean, he is the Frenchman. It's in France. He's very, very physically imposing, you know, and Ribeiro's he's long, but he's kind of more of a slender man. He's not as well built and put together as Umar Sy. So for me, looking at Ribeiro's records, like JP was talking about, man, he's fought in a lot of dudes that are either cut from the UFC or are like just absolutely dog water inside of the UFC with 0 wins. His best performance was against Bruno Lopez back on the Contender series. That's the only dude he's fought that has like a win inside the UFC besides some of these fluky ones like Gadzhi Usulov in his first couple. You know, and I think the grappling, sure, it's okay, but when you look at it, like looking back at Dair now, Dair's not good. And I think Umar Sai's got the grappling to defend any type of Moras or anything getting locked up quickly from Ribeiro. So Umar Sai should win this. Yeah, stay away from it. Like JP said, it's a weird fight. And then you never really know with Sai. Striking volume can be low. Sometimes it's good. He's powerful. Ribeiro's chinny. Sometimes Ribeiro's got good jujitsu. We don't know. Honestly, we really don't know between the two of these, but Umar should have the advantage.
Umar is just really good at making fights much closer than they should be.
Yeah. Yeah, you would be sweating your tail off if you bet on this fight.
And he just... I mean, and when I took him as a dog, the line was fat too, and I knew it, but I was like, he's gonna win. He's better. And Menafield just... whatever. Yeah, moving up, and we'll try and be better for... I keep getting on talk tracks and then forget props and stuff for the fight, so we'll try and remember that a little bit more. I know it'll be in the video anyways. All right, moving up, William Gomis going up against Robert Ruchala.
This should be a fight that tells us a lot about the two of these guys. Ruchala's making his UFC debut. He's a little bit of a wild card, I would say. He's got quite a few wins outside of the UFC. Now he's making his UFC debut, taking on a William Gomis who has quite a few fights inside of the UFC. He's 4-1. He is going to be the hometown kid, you know, fighting out of Paris, France. Crowd's going to be behind him. The judges are going to be behind him. I think he's a more technical striker than his opponent, and I really think that's going to get Ruchala into some trouble on Saturday. When you're wild, when you're spinning around, giving up your back, you're going to lose rounds. Sure, you may find some victories like he has via elbow, you know, KO, splitting a guy open. If you're spinning, you're doing all that stuff, you will find some success in it. But other times, if it's not connecting, you're giving up rounds. And that's what I worry about in this matchup. I do think Gomis is going to be more technical, has the UFC experience advantage, as well as maybe some judges bias with the crowd behind him. Everything he lands, crowd's going to erupt. Give us William Gomis. I think he can get it done over the UFC debuting Robert Ruchala.
Yeah, Brevin says Ruchala is a wild man. You know what I think's wild is the organization that he was fighting in. They I don't know if they're like temporary tattoos type shit or what.
They're like brands, yeah, stickers.
They like brand the fighters on their back and shit like tattoos.
They do.
It is the weirdest shit ever. At first I was like, why does this man have like a flight patch or whatever it was called, like tattoo of like a company on his back? And then I realized there was 3 of them. And then there was like one on the shoulder blade of the guy he was fighting. I was like, this takes branding to a whole new level, but yeah, I mean, he is a wild guy. When Brevin brings up the spinning shit, and we've seen, like, what, the past 3 cards, these motherfuckers spinning. Chase Hooper did it. What are you doing? Stop. You want to go be a ballerina? Then go do it. Go dance. Okay? Knock yourself out. Get on your little tiptoes and go spin away. All right? Spin to your heart's desire. But quit fucking doing it in the octagon when you haven't landed anything. Right? This kid can grapple a tiny bit, but it's not going to be like an offensive barrage, right? Whereas offensive wrestling is disgusting, it's top control, stuff like that. Gomis, I feel like, prides himself in being technical, not a sniper per se, but a counter striker, technical, outstriking you, leg kick, touch, move. He will be on the back foot, move, circle. He likes his footwork. I think Gomis should be on a 2-fight losing streak. Joe Anderson Brito 1000% beat him. And guess where that decision took place? Oh yeah, France. That's why I told you guys we'd get to it. And then the Hyder and Mill split decision. People are upset. Whatever. I definitely think Hyder won that. I think Brito won that. This was a fight that me and Brevin were opposite on. We are going to take Gomis just because the UFC experience and this other kid's wild. You just don't know. You just don't know. And Gomis has gotten the nod before in France when it's a close fight. So give us William Gomis.
Yep. All right, moving up. Speaking of unknowns, we've got Patricio Pitbull fighting again, taking on Lucene Keita.
I just said we'd be better about props and then didn't give a single one for the last fight.
Decision.
Yeah.
What are we gonna give for that? I mean, it's gonna go to the scorecards. Probably Gomis, like JP said, not a sniper. He's just gonna counter strike you and outpoint you, and that's what makes Gomis a little bit of a boring fighter. He can piss you off at times because if he's not out ahead, it's like, dude, you need to go get a finish, and he just won't. Like he just kind of sits back and doesn't really do what you need him to do if you're betting on him. So maybe stay away from it. But if you want to prop, sorry to get so animated. It's decision. It's just a boring fight to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where it's like I'm not going to give you anything because I'm not excited about it. I'm not passionate about that fight. It is what it is. We have to pick a winner.
Yeah, we pick every fight, but we definitely do not bet on every single fight. We do our perfect card shit. I don't know if we've told you guys this before. Every card, we put $1 on our whole perfect card, and we've gotten very close sometimes, but other than that, we do not bet on every fight. Personally, you can take Gomis by decision. I'm not taking Gomis at minus 250. I might sprinkle on Ruchala money line. Just saying. But anyways. Oh boy. Patricio Pitbull. All right, this Lucena Keita, or however you say his name, this kid, prospect, newcomer, okay, 16-1. We've seen a lot of these prospects now. This Axel kid, 10-0. Ruchala, 11-1. This kid, 16-1. Nickname, Black Panther. That's gross. That's sick. Love that. Okay. This kid has not lost in what? Since 23, 2 years. He's on a 5-fight win streak right now. He's decent. He is decent. He's a little wild on the feet, right? His hands aren't always up here. We're throwing heavy, hard shots from the hip. We're unloading. Okay. Whether you like that type of stuff. I do like his movement. Granted, when your hands are that low, your chin and your head is very exposed regardless. He doesn't have any submission victories. He has competed in grappling, though. Did he win it? Nope, it was a draw. So take that with what you will. He has okay takedown defense, right? We just haven't seen a lot, so we don't know the extent. He could just be one of those guys, his takedown defense is okay. You put him on his back, now he's a turtle. We've seen it all the time. Patricio. This is where my bias gets me in trouble, guys. Because we come out here and we tell you guys, Patricio's a black belt, and he can strike, and he's a Bellator champ. He's been around forever. Taking on Yair. Yair just strikes. He's shown to have a grappling lack of knowledge. That's where you can beat him. And Patricio goes out there and doesn't fucking grapple whatsoever. That's like a football team. That's like the Kansas City Chiefs knowing Patrick Mahomes is our best player, and then they make it a point to not let Patrick touch the ball. Obviously, it's a dumb example because he's a quarterback, but you get what I'm saying, right? It's retarded. What are we doing? And then he loses. And then he goes out there and beats Dan Ige. Feel the way you want to feel about Dan Ige. Did $50K without taxes. With taxes, $37K Ige. Whatever. Give us Patricio Pitbull, because this kid's wild from the hip. We haven't seen much grappling. If you're a black belt, then I would take him down. I would grapple with him. Will he? We'll see. Am I going to bet on it? Probably not. Give us Patricio Pitbull.
Yeah, I think this is a fight that's really going to tell us all we need to know about Patricio Pitbull. I know JP made the comment before we started filming that if Pitbull doesn't get this one done, we're kind of out on him from a betting perspective. It's hard to back a guy that really just doesn't stick to a game plan. He's known for his wild KOs and his power. And so I think for me, I just see this fight going in a way that favors Pitbull's style. I think Keita, he's a wild man. He gasses himself out. If Pitbull decides to grapple with him at all, I think a lot of the power and danger from Keita's side really starts to fade away. And for Pitbull, that's really what you want, because I think no matter what time of the fight it is and how long they've been fighting, Pitbull always has that one-shot power versus Lucene, I think is going to lose that as the fight goes on. Just a wild fight, and we were high on Pitbull when he came into the UFC, and now a lot of people are like, oh, you can't take a guy that's coming over from Bellator and making their UFC debut. Well, now we get a guy coming over from an organization not Bellator making his UFC debut. I think that's just a perfect time to pick the underdog in Patricio Pitbull, which is what we're doing.
Dog money. Yeah, if you're on the Patricio side, just play the money line. I would just play the money line. Maybe you can try to snipe us up. But again, and you're getting dog money on Patricio. Might as well just stick there. Any other prop, Brevin? Any over-unders for this one?
I do think Pitbull can catch this kid. I like the KO. Take a look at the KO prop. I think Keita's going to press forward and run into something that he doesn't see coming. If he doesn't respect the power of Pitbull, I think it's going to be a rough night and an eye-opening night for Keita. So take a look at that KO prop.
All right, next one.
Main card. Well, we were already on the main card. Third fight on the main card. Modestas Bukauskas taking on the one who fights all the time. We see him. I feel like I see this kid on every card, and he's not a kid. He's an old man. Paul Craig.
That's funny. The kid.
Well, we see him on every card.
We do.
Like, he fights all the time, and he's always on the main card. I don't know how much this guy's making, but he loses a lot. He loses a lot, and he can't strike. It's like, sure, the jiu-jitsu's there. We'll talk about it, but like, is he just scamming the UFC? I feel like that's a great question to ask.
I mean, his bank account probably looking pretty. I mean,
Uncle Dana, I promise you I get triangle in this fight. No, it's going to stay standing, and then you're going to get your ass beat.
Was that your Scottish?
Yes, that's what they tell me to say about Arm Rosetta Stone.
Forever!
Triangles! Yeah, whatever.
You will top. Yeah. Paul Craig. Okay. The ultimate meme, if you will, in the UFC. Okay. This dude, boom, clip him. Dude falls over. He's doing the chicken dance. Then you fall into the ground. Oh, and then you're unconscious. Just like that. Okay. That's what he specializes in. All right. Him and GM3, I would say Paul does it better. Nasty triangle. Disgusting triangle. Gross chokes. But he gets clipped. Like Brevin said, he gets clipped all the time. 4-fight losing streak. 3-fight technically. And actually, I say that. If you guys watched Paul Craig's last fight, you saw a fucking nasty KO. Out cold. Borralho didn't know what was going on. He was slumped, dude. On the canvas. On his back. Bum is acting. Don't care what anybody says. He was acting. He's a moron. So that was a no contest. I don't know, man. I don't see how you can pick Paul Craig to win unless it's just for jokes and you just like Paul Craig. Bukauskas is a much better striker, faster, got nasty leg kicks. He can grapple a little bit, but again, do what Mikhail Oleksiejczuk just did against GM3. We always talk about you fight these gross grapplers. When you clip them and when you knock them down, you can just back up and have the ref stand them up. No reason to follow them. Okay? Don't go for the ground and pound unless they're truly out. If they fall to their back because they're comfortable there, let them back up. Back up. Give us Modestus.
Yeah, 1000%. I think in his last fight, it was a little bit interesting. Went to split decision. The volume between him and Ian Cutelaba was just not there. They just kind of stayed at range with one another. Which I can't really blame him. Cutelaba's dangerous. You know, you fear the KO. You don't want to get caught. I think for Bukauskas, he's got to just let his hands go a little bit, let his leg kicks go, let his kicks up high, the Paul Craig's power side go, because like that's really just how you get to Paul Craig. And then there's really no threat coming back your way. And so sure, like defend the takedowns, don't follow him to the ground, but Paul Craig's also not going to walk you down and take you down like Hamza or somebody, you know. So he just kind of waits for you to follow him down to the ground and hopes that maybe you trip and fall into his guard. I don't know. Paul Craig's terrible. He's fleeced in the UFC, making a shit ton of money for not being good at all. We're taking Bukauskas, and I'm hammering Bukauskas. I think he's just a much better striker, and he's got decent grappling where he can stay safe if need be, get his way back up to his feet, where he just dominates this fight.
100%. Under 1.5. It's plus money right now. Kind of like it. Bukauskas by KO. Kinda like it. Okay, money line's a little crazy, but I definitely think KO is a play. If you're on the Paul Craig side, you know what it is. Craig bicep. That's all you're looking for. All right. Moving up. Decent one here. Balaji Oki going up against Mason Jones.
Yeah, this should be a good fight. Both these guys, they bring the action. Oki, he's a good fighter. He's got a stiff jab. He's got good power in his hands. You know, he's coming off of a win over Michael Aswell. I think that was on short notice for Aswell. You know, a huge favorite, and I believe that he was kind of having problems with Aswell at first. I mean, he really put on a good showing. One of our buddies got in on the live odds. A pretty good price for Balaji Oki. Ended up winning that fight. You know, he's just kind of hit or miss. I think the grappling's a little mid and questionable for Oki, and I really think that's where Mason Jones can find a lot of success. We saw Mason Jones in his last fight take a lot of shots from Jeremy Stevens, which one is really impressive. Two, you don't want to be doing that again against Balaji Oki, who also has power. We really got to implement the grappling early and often. Let's wrestle this guy, get him down to the ground, choke him out. I think he can do that. So for that, we're taking Mason Jones. He's the better fighter. He's just got to put it all together.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said earlier with the other fight, the kid who's fighting Pitbull. Oki's another guy, stocky, well cut, great physique, fast, explosive, a lot of power. No reason to play with fire. All right? Get close to him, grab him, wear on him, make him tired. Try and grapple him. Even if it makes you a little bit tired. I'd rather fight somebody that explosive with him breathing heavy out of his mouth than fight him immediately off the bat where he's comfortable, explosive, stuff like that. So we think the Dragon is a bit of a dog. We think he can out-muscle him, out-grit him. He is gritty in that Jeremy Stevens fight. He went through the fire a little bit. So, yeah, give us Mason Jones.
Moving up to the co-main, a fight that I'm actually really excited for. Benois Saint-Denis is taking on Mauricio Ruffy.
Jones fight, you got a great line. Okay. Great line on the money line. And over 2.5 is minus 160 right now. Kind of like that. All right. With that being said, give me Benoit Saint-Denis to go the fuck to sleep Saturday morning. I'm not going to sit here and do this long-ass talk track. You guys know what it is. Mauricio Ruffy, Fighting Nerds, Jean Silva. I don't want to spoil my pick for next weekend. We love the Fighting Nerds. Mauricio's disgusting. I'm pretty sure Bobby King Green had to cancel the last fight because he was still asleep. That was gross. Benoit got the shit kicked out of him by Moicano. Some will say, yeah, because Moicano was ground and pound. Not at the beginning of the fight. Moicano was piecing him up from range. Benoit's gritty, sure, in the red zone, in close. He's a special forces from wherever he's fucking from. Is it France? Yeah, it is France.
France. Yeah.
He's a France special forces guy, right? So he's gritty. He can grapple a little bit. I think Mauricio's nasty. Can Benoit clip him? Probably. Maybe. Do I want it to happen? Do I hope it happens? Absolutely not. Call it a bias pick. Call it whatever you want. Mauricio Ruffy by KO. And he's minus 205 right now. Hammer. Mauricio Ruffy.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this one plays out just from the standpoint of Benoit does have good grappling. And I think that for Mauricio, he's never really seen someone with the level of grappling as Benoit has. So if this fight does go down to the ground, I think it tells us a lot about where Mauricio's grappling's at. But at the same time, Benoit gets hit a lot. And that's not going to be good if you're taking on Mauricio, who's got this freaking confidence. I mean, we've been comparing Mauricio to Conor McGregor for a long time now, just from the confidence, the style, the power in the hands, the highlight KOs. He'll be in your face. He'll talk during the fight. I mean, these guys from the Fighting Nerds are absolutely disgusting. He is going to be a poster child for the UFC, I believe, especially when he gets this one done in highlight stopping fashion. We're taking Mauricio Ruffy. We're taking him by KO. I wouldn't mind seeing Benoit land a takedown though, just because I just want to get some insight on where his grappling's at moving forward. I think he wins this fight, but moving forward, when we start fighting for the belt, I gotta know where your weaknesses are.
You know what I think? I think this fight is Mauricio's Bryce Mitchell fight. You know what I mean when I say that? Jean Silva, when he fought Bryce, everybody's worried he's going to take him down. He's going to take him down. This guy took him down. And then he fucking ninja choked him. I think this is Mauricio Ruffy's Bryce Mitchell fight. I think he goes out there and he showcases levels, dude. So excited for this one.
Yeah, he very well could. I mean, yeah, Benoit, last fight, Kyle Prepelic, short note, like there's just nothing there. I mean, you're coming off of a loss to Renato Moicano in my book. Prepelic's a nobody, and then you got Ruffy. That's a tough matchup, man. In front of your home crowd, I feel bad for you, Sonny. Back to the special forces you go.
Dude slumped. Sleeping already, okay?
All right. Moving up to the main event. Another fighting nerd. Borralho taking on Fakhretdinov Imavov.
Good fight here. Very good fight here. And if you guys look at the odds, it'll tell you just that. Okay, very close fight. Minus 130 for Kyle, plus 110 for Fakhretdinov. This will determine the number one, yeah? Or am I wrong about that?
Yeah, one of these guys is going to get the title shot next.
So who's going to go up against good old cum shot? All right. Man, I mean, watching the film, this two very good, skilled fighters. I know a lot of people were saying this weight class was kind of a cheeks a couple years ago. Well, now this weight class is absolutely fucking stacked. I'm very excited for it. Like Brevin said, Kyle, another fighting nerd. The fighting nerd, right? I believe he was the first fighting nerd in the UFC, right? Something like. I mean, you can check my homework. We'll see if I'm right. But I'm pretty sure he is. He can grapple. He can strike with you. He's got a nice little light stance. All these fighting nerds got this nice little light stance at the end. They got good movement. And Kyle will grapple you, right? Fakhretdinov, coming off a win, okay? Maybe some would say the biggest win of his career. Is Izzy washed or not? That's what you got to ask yourself. We were on the Izzy side. And I'm not going to lie. Whether you say he's washed or not, I thought Izzy was looking okay, right? In the Duplessis fight, I thought Izzy was looking pretty good, but got clipped. Some might say it was an early stoppage. Is what it is. Before that, Brendan Allen, unanimous decision. I took Marvin Vettori over Brendan Allen. Did he win? No. Do I think Brendan's good? Not really. I think he's a good grappler. That's about it. Jared Cannonier. That was the one where everybody was saying, "Oh, early stoppage." I mean, Jared was out without being out, And then the Lidze majority decision, and then the no contest to Chris Curtis. Right? Kyle been on a tear of his own. Cannonier decision. All right. Some might say, "Hey, Imavov finished him. Kyle couldn't." Now you're getting into a little bit of the weeds of MMA math type stuff. Paul Craig, KO. Shocker. Could have told you that was going to happen. Abus Magomedov. All right, beat him. Abus is another guy. Tall, long, rangy, good power. Oleg Zaychuk, he submitted him. Shocker, everybody does. And then Muradov, whatever, who cares, 2 years ago. I'm not going to sit here and hold you guys. I think it's a very close fight. Very close. We might have to sweat it out. Both guys are very good. I love the fighting nerds. I love what Kyle brings. I just think they're on a roll. Some may say gyms don't really matter. I think they do, especially when it's this gym and you have these many guys who are this high level. Give me Kyle Borralho in a nail-close fight. A nail biter, if you will. I think he gets it done. Give me Kyle Borralho.
Yeah, 1000%. It's going to be interesting. I mean, Imavov is no slouch, and this dude is going to be physically bigger than Kyle, but I do love the confidence from Kyle. The fighting nerds, man. This is in the co-main and the main event. It's the Frenchmen versus the fighting nerds. Both these Brazilians. And I do think both the Brazilians come out on top. They're just so dangerous. Kyle, yeah, he's the founding father of the fighting nerd. He is the nerd, all right? He will get your homework done. And I think he's done plenty of homework for this fight. He's very confident. He's already talking about how he's going to defeat Hamzat. I mean, you got to love a guy that is that confident. Sorry about that. And I think he's just got the skill set necessary. I think he can outlast him for 5 rounds. If it's a cardio thing, I think Borralho's got the advantage there. Probably doesn't have as tough of a strength of schedule and record as Imavov. I think he's fought probably some of the better guys. But it's close, and Kyle's working his way there. I think, you just string together a couple more wins and then you're on par. Yeah. Is he washed? I think so. I think Izzy's seen his day. Can't put too much stock into it, but yeah, you know the power's there. He's got good grappling. It's going to be a good fight. Odds are close. Perfect main event, if you ask me.
100%. And they're going at it too on Twitter. He's calling him a French pussy and all this shit, dude.
Love it. I love it.
I think we need more of that, man. We're losing the showmanship. The
build up, the suspense.
Yeah. Like, you don't got to get personal and say like your wife's ugly and your girl is.
You can, really throw it back. The Chael Sonnen days.
I mean, you can if you want to. It's just some guys can't handle that though. Some guys can't
Tito
handle
Ortiz's ex-wife. You know what I'm saying?
Nasty line. Oh,
that was a bar.
Well, yeah, bring it back. I think we need it. French pussy. You want to say his wife's in your DMs? You do you. You do you. I wouldn't go that far. Just stick with the French pussy stuff, and maybe what is he gonna hit me with, a baguette or some shit like that? Who knows? But good card.
The weird thing about Connor saying that was that he said that after the fight, after he lost. Like, at least say that in the buildup, to create some hype for that. Your wife's in my DMs. Bro, you got your leg snapped, and then you're saying that? That's just odd timing.
No check.
Anyways.
Not one of them on check. Your wife's in me DMs. You're looking bits, you little hoe.
Oh my God. All right. That does it for the card. That doesn't do it for the show. Don't go anywhere. We have your free show parlays coming your way right now, starting with Lockeddoor MMA's Lock of the Night. JP, who are you locking up?
Who am I locking up? Do I have them right here? I don't have them, but that's okay. We're still doing it.
Your handcuffs?
Give me the fighting nerds, baby. I don't have my glasses. All right. Lock of the Night. Fighting nerds of the night. Give me Kyle Borralho. Okay. Both of them are nasty. I'm taking Kaio. I think it's, again, like I said, nail biter, but I think he comes out on top and he's getting a title shot because the UFC needs something like this. They need these poster boys. They need this gym that everybody knows. Hey, you see those glasses? You know it's time to go. Give me Kyle Borralho.
Yeah. And JP's taken the OG fighting nerd because he left the up-and-coming fighting nerd to me. I am taking Mauricio Ruffy to pair with Kyle Borralho. The fighting nerds getting it done. JP and I will be wearing our glasses all night long as we take our winnings to the cash-out table. Man, it's going to be a good fight, but I'm excited for it, and I think these two can get it done.
100%.
All right. Now it's time for Brev's Basic. Haven't got the odds in there yet, so I don't know what the odds are. But let's start with JP's lock. Kyle Borralho, gotta take him. I love it. I love the spot. My lock, Mauricio Ruffy. Let's get him in there. And then to lock this thing up for the basic, give us Modestus Bukauskas. I just don't see a world, JP, where Paul Craig does anything. And if you're Bukauskas and you're losing this fight and allowing Craig to submit you, then your IQ is out the window. You didn't have a game plan. Your coaches are getting fired. There's a lot that has to be done if you lose this fight. So I think he gets it done. Let's get him in there to wrap up the basic.
Nice little three-legger. Did the basic hit last card 2 weekends ago?
Oh, it's been so long ago. The night was long. No, it didn't because I think we had Zhang in there.
Yeah, did Zhang just spoil everything?
I think he spoiled it.
Fucking rat. Ming Yang Zhang the rat. Move over Renat. Make space for Ming Yang. All right. Enough talking about rats and cheese because we're talking about juice. What kind of juice you like? Who cares? Shut up, sit down. Juicer time, baby. The Fighting Nerds. I mean, we're going to cash out on them. We're taking the Fighting Nerds high as they can go. All the way to the top. Okay? We're riding the coattails. Don't care. We're making money. Kyle, Ruffy, throw them in there. Next one, Mason Jones. Great line on him. Very close fight. We think he outworks Balaji. We think he's a dog. He's gritty. We think he gets it done. Throw him in there. Next one, you like Batman? I don't. I like Bane. He's nasty. Throw Gustaffson in there. He's going to walk you down. He's going to beat Renat. We're not getting robbed of this one, okay? Renat's going in the trap, and we're throwing him out. Fucking rats, get him out of here. Next two, Reese Mckee, dog money. Had to throw a dog in there that I'm a little bit happier with. Was going to throw Pitbull in there. Can't do it. Got to show me something. Reese Mckee, I will throw in there. I like his striking. We'll see if he can get it done. The final one, somebody we like a lot. Somebody Brevin likes a lot. Okay, Chase Hooper's in his dreams. Not anymore because it's this long and tall kid. Sam Patterson. Throw him in there. He's nasty. He's getting it done. 6 legs. Plus 2,800. It's gotten better since we've sat here. I'm feeling good about this one. We're back. Football's back. The juicer's back. Come on, dude.
We're back. I'm so glad we got Sam Patterson some love. I should have thrown him in the basic. I love that guy. He's tall, he's long, and he's dangerous. That's the perfect trio of things. Man, Sam Patterson, Trey Waters. Dude, I will be on cloud 9 when that fight kicks off. Just saying.
Yeah. Good fight.
I mean, not really. They're just huge. I just love how big they are.
Pause. Maybe they're lifting weights.
No, let's hope that we don't have to deal with
Don't
that.
come in here, yeah? I'm lifting me weights, D. Oh, man.
Oh, my God. I could only imagine Trey Waters, dude. He's lifting heavy. He's maxing out. All right, I'm not imagining it, I promise. Sam Patterson,
Oh,
I
man.
don't know. Where's he from? Doesn't matter. All right.
That's
Oh,
funny.
God. You guys have made it this far. Sorry about our inappropriate jokes. For the children watching out there, you should probably tell your parents that you might have to unsubscribe because we're really not family friendly on the show. But neither is the UFC. I mean, guys punching each other in the face, women punching each other in the face. Your kids probably shouldn't be watching it, but I promise you, when JP and I have children, our kids will be watching it, and our kids will beat up your kids. Just saying. All right, that's not a threat. It's a promise. All right, I'm getting too out ahead of myself. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you aren't a child. Um, I don't know where I'm going with that. Like the video, leave a comment. Let me know what languages you're studying on Rosetta Stone. I'll be interested. There's a lot of languages out there. I've met a few people that speak many languages. I can only speak English and redneck. So, with the time being,
Yo,
I'm still pretty new to the whole language stuff. JP, with that, I'll hand it over to you.
all right. Hey, we're so back, baby. So back. Great weekend ahead of us. All right. I hope everybody had a nice Labor Day, nice day off, nice and relaxing. I know I did. Like Brevin said, all right, take a moment, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment. Who you taking? Taking Fighting Nerds? Taking somebody else? You taking the rat? That's for some people. It's for some people. Hey, you do you. Help us out with that algorithm because that week off, the algorithm thinks it's got to step up. We're dropping a right hand, knocking that damn thing out. All right, so help your boys out. We are so back, ladies and gentlemen. Another weekend of fights. As always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Hey.